Speaker. So this amendment is in regards to the Child Advocacy and CASA Board. So this is a critical board for many of our most vulnerable Iowans. It is a board that takes volunteers from the community who want to be children's advocates and assigns them to a child that has either been exposed to abuse or negligence. It has them be their advocate as they go through the hearing process and the court decides how best to serve their needs. With the current bill, we're moving the current CASA and Child Advocacy Board under HHS. The issue with this is twofold. One, with the current way that it's under HHS, if it goes under HHS, we would no longer be able to have volunteers from HHS serve as volunteers for these advocacy roles. But the second issue is even bigger. HHS also independently reviews every single child neglect and abuse case in the state of Iowa. In 2022, that was almost 2,500 children alone. It also has a report that goes towards these hearings, and in many times, the majority of times, the child advocate that is assigned by CASA disagrees with the findings in HHS. That is the way the system is meant to work, because the advocate is looking at what is best for the child, while HHS has to look at multiple factors. They're allowed to disagree to make sure that we come to the best outcome for Iowa's children. Unfortunately, by moving CASA directly under the purview of HHS, it is now an employee-employer relationship, and along with that comes a conflict of interest. The people who are supposed to be serving purely as advocates, only motivated by trying to do what is best for Iowa's children that have been facing the utmost worst, the worst, treacherous, heinous atrocities that we have seen, that is no longer the only consideration. Now they're trying to think, am I going to be disagreeing with my employer? Am I going to be putting my own position at risk? When we have to be advocates for these vulnerable populations, that should be the only motivation on our mind. This amendment would fix that. It would make sure that they have the autonomy and remain as an independent body so they can truly do what is best for the 2,500 Iowans that were served last year and the thousands more children that will need their services in the future. So please vote for this amendment.